Hello, hi. I'm going to talk tonight about basically um, what I would call the Sunday affairs, which is where you are worried about going back to work. Don't be a Sunday; it could be any time. It could be after a period of annual leave, or even a period when you've been off sick or injured or whatever. But when we're off for heavy drinkers, we tend to drink more to be able the opportunity. And this is a problem during COVID, and it's a problem that's going to happen over the over the time when AI gets installed full time, really. Um, Evening sub, how are you? The Sunday fears, the fear of going back to work. It's anxiety, isn't it? You know yourself when you've been off work, even just for a weekend, that you feel rough. You don't want to go back to work for whatever reason, even if you enjoy your work. Hello, Paul. Hope you're well. Hi, Leslie. Um, Paul, well said that BF fear. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, BF fear. Let's tap it in here. Yeah, it happens to a lot of people, isn't it? That when you get this return to work type thing, it's like, wow, I'm not going to cope with this very well. Hi, Christopher, how are you? All good, yeah. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. It's Sunday night so quickly, isn't it? That's what I mean about this thing that happens to you with the anxiety. You tend to have this period of Friday's great, Saturday's great, and Sunday is saying, wow, I've got to get back to work. I've got to get stuff ready. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Charlie, that how you used to hate Sundays on the sauce? Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? It's actually, I don't even like it when I'm sober. There's nothing happens. It's great weather. Quite quiet. I mean, why does everything have to close at 4 o'clock? For God's sake. Boys Nolan, I'm new to your channel, but I'm living it. Nice to see you, boys. Welcome. I think Sunday's a crap day, even if you're honestly, so Sunday, why is it so poor as a day? I used to get very depressed as a teenager. Hello, Alex. Boys, I'm loving it. Okay, that's good. Thanks, boys. I'm pleased you're here. There's a lot of good people on here. A lot of experience of problems and good times, bad times, and beyond that as well. Good evening, Dan. So the anxiety levels for me were sky high with this BF here, especially after a long weekend. My long weekends are like 4 days. I talked about last night, from Thursday lunchtime till Monday night. But even the Sunday, even though I didn't have to go to work on Monday night, I still couldn't sleep properly on the Sunday. The whole day of Sunday was a write off. So if you're a 9 to 5 type person, I wasn't, I was shifts, but it's the same thing. If you're a 9 to 5 person, you only get one day off, in my mind, especially if you're a drinker, which is the Saturday. Friday at work, Saturday, you're probably a bit tired anyway, get up a bit later. One day off to recover on the Sunday. Then that's it. And then you're sort of thinking about getting back to work by lunchtime Sunday. And that's when the anxiety kicks in for a lot of people very early on the Sunday. So you don't sleep well on the Sunday. Sometimes I had to go cold evidence and things on a Monday, which is supposed to be my lie-in day. And I would find myself not sleeping properly. I put this TV off, too late. So, you don't sleep properly. Toss and turn, sweats, all that sort of thing. Christopher, I used to dread work on Monday morning as I had been drinking all weekend and knew I would be feeling rough. That's the thing. We overthink as well, don't we? You get this paranoia. Walk down the street, I think everyone's looking at you. Are you well, Neil? Good to see you. So it really, alcohol and anxiety are very closely linked. But, you get some sort of temporary relief when you take the alcohol in. Then you get this rebound anxiety, which comes back. Makes it much, much worse. I think everyone has the same sort of feelings with anxiety. And if you're an overthinker, like a lot of us are, it makes it worse. Cheers, Neil. And you think, well, what are people going to think of me? Even people you don't know, you think you look out of sorts because you don't fit in your mind. It's all a mindset thing, really, isn't it? There's lots of other people on the train or the underground or the bus or driving to work in exactly the same state as you, probably some worse as well, So Sunday was marked the end of leave. Go back to see even the Navy started on Mondays. Really didn't know that. But you got long tours away, didn't you? The long-term impact of this anxiety is apparently you get changes in brain chemistry. According to this, Karen, regular drinking disrupts neurotransmitters and all that, Karen. I don't know about the scientific side, but I just know it made me feel really, 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 really ill. And so it's a vicious cycle for me. It was the anxiety caused me to drink more. I don't know about yourselves. And it became a vicious cycle, and there's much more healthy alternatives than drinking, as we've discussed in the past. But I just want to bring it up because to me, that was a really, really big problem. It is for a lot of people. I speak to, so I'm okay once I get about Wednesday, but the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday are a bit of a write-off. And you can imagine the productivity is lost at work and things like that. Not that you're worried about that, but it's just a question of getting yourself put together. There's nothing good about, feeling rough and feeling fearful going back to work. It's madness, isn't it? Hello, Bill Connor. Nice to see you. Day 102 sober. That's excellent. Well done. And appreciate you coming on here. Keep it going one day at a time, remember. Because, I don't know about Ricky Hatton, the boxer, died today. He's only 46. He's had problems with alcohol all his life, a bit like us, some of us. Very young, and he said that, even when he was off the booze, he actually described one of his videos, this thing on his shoulder saying, just have another drink. And because he was so basically into the booze, as I was, he was taking drugs to keep him awake so he could drink more, which is sad, isn't it? And super fit when he was younger. The hitman, yeah. Well said that, Steve Jones. Boys know I worked 28 days on and offshore. After 20 days on the drink, then jumping in a helicopter offshore in bits rattling. Why do we put ourselves through it? Madness, as you said, yeah. It's horrendous, isn't it? I used to take sometimes about 3 weeks off and go to Italy for a holiday when I was married. And it was always a disaster. Always drank too much, felt anxious, didn't want to come back. Sometimes when we used to drive down there, and we used to come back, I couldn't actually drive. And I remember we had this 3-door Land Rover Discovery. And before my daughter was born, I was in the passenger seat. I couldn't drive. I think we went through Austria, Switzerland, or something. The drive was fantastic. I just didn't take any notes. I was so hungover. And so I'm going to have to get in the back seat because obviously there was no doors at the back. For safety, he said, "What are you talking about safety?" So I feel like I'm going to open the door on the motorway. That's how bad my anxiety. What was I going to do that for? Open the door on the motorway because my anxiety was absolutely horrendous. But he darts on, looks at fun. German is going to win. He's a good player, isn't he? What about that young lad? He's a very good darts player, a young lad, isn't he? I can't remember his name now. So the anxiety for me was the same on trains, planes, anywhere. I thought I'm going to have to get off the next stop. I used to get trains to places and get off, stand on the platform, get the next train, or try and get a drink and get on the next train. And I was fine. Once I had that hair of the dog, as it were, just to pull myself around a little bit. And it's a very dangerous place to be, this. I don't know what this Hatton died of, but he apparently had suicidal thoughts at some point, which is horrendous, isn't it? But it can happen to any of us. Look little like getting beat. Oh, see, right. Yeah, he's a good player. Darts used to be a big thing for booze, didn't it? And snooker as well. Bill Werben, it was a big drinker, wasn't he? He died quite young as well. But the Biggie Hatton thing was quite shocked because of his age, and I saw myself in him in a way. And I think a lot of us will see ourselves in the same sort of pattern of behaviour as some of these stars. I mean, obviously they get the notoriety because they're stars, but it's all a similar pattern, isn't it? They drink, they get hooked, the habit becomes, an addiction. Extra, I had to hang himself. Well, you could be right. Suicide's very high amongst males anyway, and especially male alcoholics. It's horrendous. It'll get you somewhere. Where it's suicide, I mean, it's horrendous, isn't it? It's suicide or it's what problems. It just basically your anxiety takes over. Rain's running, hanged. Yeah, it's not good. 46 to die, Not good at all. But this hidden link will always be there with anxiety. It wasn't hidden for me. It was quite acute, the anxiety. Robbie Pugh, hi Steve, how you doing? Ron, I can't actually pronounce Bew. Good evening. Tried out one of my old drinking buddies needed hospital treatment today after drinking too much on holiday in Jamaica. Wow. Jamaican rum. So that'll cost him a few quid then. This has got travel insurance. You see, it doesn't affect so many people, doesn't it? Yeah, you're on holiday, let's get drunk. I once heard a story of a guy who'd been off for 15 years. Went on holiday, had a couple of drinks, and he had alcohol poisoning because his body had cleaned up, sort of thing. Or he'd cleaned himself up, and it was going back to square one again, as if he was a child. That's how it was explained to me. Just pretty horrendous, isn't it? So, they don't tell you much about mental health with alcohol until it's too late. And I was just about slipping into that depression, suicidal area myself, I think. So watch off the liver, but nobody mentions the heart attacks, the strokes, the pancreatitis, kidney problems, and all this sort of thing. They're all there. They're all there, all problems. Jav, how are you doing? Nice to see you. But don't speculate about someone's death. Nothing to do with you. It's just what we hear, he has had a couple of suicide attempts. I know that for a fact. Stuart Clark, good evening. How are you doing? If you'd like to support the channel, then please do so. There's a super chat link in there. There's also a buy me a coffee link pinned at the top. The more people that support the channel, then the more I can do with the channel, and the bigger and better it'll be. And I know for a fact we're helping people. I know you're helping people. We're all helping people as a group. So if you do want to support, it makes a big difference. Johnny, hi all. Yes, Rick, I knew. He stood all his life. So did Nigel Benn. I didn't know Nigel Benn did. Quick story about Nigel Benn. I was custody sergeant at Bow Street Police Station. He came in, and I held him in custody overnight, because he'd been, well, I'm not going to the legalities of it, but I remember meeting him. The only cash he had on him was a one jersey note. Doesn't matter who or what you are, we're all the same, of course, 100%. His wife claimed the hotel bill had 90 pina coladas and bills in front of her. Wow. Jesus. It's one thing I didn't do is mix drinks like that, mate. So, Betty, don't speculate on who's going to win the toss tonight, do you? Well done, Submariner, on that note. Don't speculate. Speculate to accumulate is what they say. So, anxiety, massive, massive problem. So, it is sad news. This anxiety thing is just a hangover with anxiety, isn't it? It's just a different word. It's just meaning that you're not functioning properly. Oh, I'm Magpie. Here we go. I'll give you this number. Just text me on this. I'll sort it out. I think there's links on the video as well, on all the videos. So the anxiety thing is just hangover and anxiety. But I think, to me, that's the thing that keeps you drinking. The anxiety side of stuff. Because without the anxiety, I wouldn't have drank as much. If I could have just stopped, I'd be fine. As we all would, Steve McCullen, I hope you're well. 4 months yesterday, been watching you for a while now. Thanks for helping me watching the channel. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate that. If anybody wants to support the channel, the more people that support the channel, the more I can do with the channel. Please look at the super chat button, or there's a buy me a coffee link pinned at the top here. It's not monetized, this. So any support we get is direct from here. How alcohol quality wrecks your sleep and mood? I used to think I was having good sleeps, when I drank. When I came off night duty, I used to finish 6:30, get home for about 7:30, 8, go to Tesco and get some beers, and then have a bite to eat and, bit of breakfast. I used to think I slept really well, but you don't sleep well, do you? You just your body shuts down. You're comatose. You don't sleep restfully, and that's one thing you will notice when you get off the booze is your sleep will improve hugely and quickly as well. And it's another thing that you'll feel better with. So once you sleep better, do a little bit of exercise, and you get your diet's better, isn't it? You get your appetite back, really. But just got back from brilliant 3-course Greek meal with my missus. So enjoy. Good man. Food. That's the thing. Food, glorious food, as I say, is a massive, massive benefit, because when you're drinking, you don't eat properly. And the alcohol also strips all the nutrients out. So you just get these empty calories. Don't do any good at all. You've got to be very, very proactive with this. So if you're not proactive, you won't get anywhere. Simple as that, really. You've got to be aware of that. So basically, let's look at anxiety as I think it's a bit of a catalyst to relapse as well. You've got to try and keep that at bay and get yourself pulled together. But I agree with Bertie, that nice food makes a massive difference, a huge difference. I mean, with me, I was down 9 stone. Now, I used to eat meat and eat. I thought the only thing that was going to make me well again was to have some food. It was. It made a big difference. Greek salad, moussaka, and baklava, retsina, and ouzo. That ouzo was heavy, isn't it? Couldn't be on with that. I enjoy my food now much more that I just have a glass of water with it, or maybe a Guinness Zero, or if I'm overseas, I'll just have whatever the local 0% is. We're going over Turkey on Friday for a few days. Turkey never used to have many 0%, but they've got a few now apparently. So I like a cold drink, but I was never really one for the spirits. I did try ouzo and raki, which is a stronger or more rough type of ouzo. It's horrendous. Johnny, I find if you less want to drink, it's a weird drug as alcohol. Weird, it certainly is, man, Johnny. It's very complex, isn't it? Very complex, and it doesn't do any good. But to me, the anxiety was number one, and that isn't looked at enough. It's not talked about enough. It's not dealt with enough, really, to be fair. I remember going to hospital one of the hundreds of times I've been in to get this stomach drained when I had this ascites fluid, and I was feeling really depressed because I wasn't getting any better. And my doctor said, "You must tell the doctors." And I did tell the doctor. I was in there 10 hours in the corridor because it was COVID time. Must have been May 2020, and height of it, really, And she came after 10 hours and said, "Oh, sorry, you haven't been seen a lot." I said, "I need to tell you something." And I did, and said, "Oh, we'll get something sorted out for you." The mental health team. Nobody ever followed it up. Unfortunately, I recovered myself because I got better. But it's something that needs to be closely monitored, that I think. And we need to take this seriously. We need to take this channel seriously. I think we are doing now because we are helping people. And it's a killer, this alcohol, Karen. I've got a couple of people text me at night and said, "Oh, they're struggling, And I was struggling as well. It's not the help, is there? I've got one chap who's trying to get into rehab. There's only 2 beds available in the whole of the Northeast at any one time. Through some charity estimates. Bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Eating is a huge barrier for drinking, especially if you're a volume beer drinker. John Smith's "Oh boys, don't eat anything," as it interrupts the drinking. Of course it is, yeah. I just don't want to go back there. I would never, ever recommend drinking to anybody. Especially, like I said the other night, when they say moderate drinking, you wouldn't advise anybody to drink moderately, would you? Especially your kids, anybody you love. Oh, just drink moderately. Joke. Thanks, Romy Brew. Charlie, my grandfather was a pub owner, and he said he could tell who was addicted. They had liver itch. I felt my liver itching. Is that not the skin itching, though? Because of the bile. Something to do with bile, I think. Bile salts. So yeah, anxiety by far the worst it is, Johnny, isn't it? I was bile every morning. Horrible, isn't it? You're overthinking and worrying, you can control it, but it's hard as well. I was standing over the sink and shaking, the kitchen sink, not the kitchen sink, well, the kitchen on the bathroom sink, just retching this yellow bile up, and eventually there was no bile left. I didn't eat for weeks and weeks and weeks. I was so weak I couldn't walk. I remember going to a pub called the Counties in Gosforth, and there's a quite a high step, probably about 10-inch step. This is the day before rang 999. I remember trying to get up the step and I couldn't go. I thought, I've got to ring the ambulance tomorrow. That was my final call. I've never been in that pub since. Not because of the step, just haven't been. But, you get to a point where you think, it's got to end. This has to end. 2 o'clock. The last time I drank a few weeks ago, I went on a binge for a few hours on the Saturday. I didn't feel right until Thursday with the anxiety being absolutely horrendous. Stuart, it's one of the things that get worse over time, especially as you get older. So when food is fuel, you are what you eat, 100%. You're what you drink. It's no wonder alcohol turns you into complete losers. It's a good statement, that. And even Gordon Ramsay, who some of you may like, I think he's great, but no man. Always buy the best food that you can afford. If you're not drinking, you'll be able to afford good food. Simple as that. But being a rich alcoholic is hard to stop. I think alcoholic at any level is hard to stop, to be honest. It doesn't matter what your income level is. It's an addiction. It'll take down the high earners, the low earners, and those in between. It doesn't discriminate, as we know. As long as you eat a bit, you'll stay away from final stages. If you neglect eating, you're basically gonna. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I was really, really struggling. I didn't fancy anything, Steve in my liver was saying to me for months, I never got any liver pain. I just started to get this stomach problem. Because obviously the liver shrinks and causes issues. Probably been my trouble is similar to yours. I don't worry about money. There's no barriers to something. Well, I'm just pleased I did for my health, Wow. Mike Smith, I had the fear this morning. See, it's everywhere, isn't it? Richard how's you glad to hear dry Sunday? Yeah, fantastic, Richard, isn't it? So good. Mike, so what happened to you this morning, Mike? Just the fear of going back to work? Or sorry, Dad, when you get sober, you'll see your credit score improve. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. When you add up the amount you drank, the amount you spent on drink, it's absolutely phenomenal, isn't it? If you'd like to support the channel, then please do. The super chat button is there, and also the coffee link is pinned at the top. The more people who support, then the more can do here. It's pretty simple message, isn't it, really? Yeah, it's a good point. When you get sober, you'll see your credit score improve because you've got more money, haven't you? Because if you work it out, I think the average heavy drinker spend well over £1,000 a month. Charlie, thanks so much for that super chat. I appreciate that, and it's a massive support of the channel. And I say the more support we get, the more we can do. Expand this a bit further, and it's getting stronger all the time. Thanks so for that. But yeah, I feel sorry for people who buy white cider. That's a serious problem. Yeah, I've had that a couple of times. It was horrendous. When I was living in London for about the last year, and I bought a house in the Scottish borders actually. To sort of change my lifestyle, really. I was getting the train a lot, up and down. I remember going to King's Cross and sitting in the toilet, some white cider stuff. That's all that was available from this little corner shop in King's Cross. King's Cross was a dive 30 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was. It's a lot better now. Charlie, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. It's a massive support of the channel. The more support we get, the more we can do. The more people we can help, the more we can help each other. Because it's much stronger in a group, isn't it? And I think these doing an hour most nights is pretty useful because you can air your concerns, aren't you? And there's lots on the main channel as well, videos, views, and obviously different comments and so. John in Rome, hi everyone. Herbal flavoured tea and green tea are excellent for your body, but 3 cups a day is enough. I don't miss drinking alcohol. Thanks, John. It's very true. Alcohol is horrendous, isn't it? White cider, no alcohols were used in the making of this product. It's just chemicals, that white cider, isn't it? It's absolutely dreadful stuff. Absolutely dreadful. Not good at all. So somebody asked me, what have I learned after 5 years being sober? 6 years soon, actually. 6 years next month I'll be sober. What I've learned is to be sensible, behave myself, to eat properly, to do some exercise, and to try and relax without thoughts of alcohol. And remember, you're not missing out on anything because FOMO, feeling missing out is horrendous. It can be very strong, though. And it's going to get worse. Now, it was just started this week, hasn't it? They get a little bit darker, a bit earlier, a bit colder. And this is when this chat thing will blow up because there'll be lots of people needing help here. So we need to get ourselves in a good mindset here because we can all help people. That's the aim here, get healthy, because as we approach Halloween, then obviously you've got the what's it called, Guy Fawkes Carol, and then it's Christmas, and that's when a lot of people relapse. A lot of people will hit the boozer, and AI, as I mentioned before, is taking jobs every day. That's going to be a huge issue. We have to look at all these things together. We have to be strong ourselves to survive this. Life is getting very difficult for the average person now. It's okay if you've got billions. It always has been, because they get the best of everything, don't they? If you're just ticking along there, a bit of an overdraft and you've got to get to work, it's not going to be easy. And the last thing you want to be doing is going to work with a hangover. And you want to live a bit longer. Ronnie, at what point was the drink a problem for you or anyone viewing? I would say my late 20s. Anybody else expand on that? At what age was it a problem? If you just stick a few age down, roughly what sort of age were you when it became a problem? Because we all know when it became a problem, don't we? To me, it was when I started to think about having a drink to get over the pain of the hangover. Chris Brewster, hello, fellow Alex. Nice day out here in the sticks of mid-Michigan. Wow, being day 259 for me. My freelance sober start makes the sun even sunnier and the grass even greener. Yeah, well done, Christopher. Amazing. Keep plugging away. You know, plod on. Every day is a new day. Every day sober is a brilliant day. Are you drinking something called Golden Blonde Lager? I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Neil, there's a problem when I started Hair of the Dog. Yeah, well, that's when you know you've gone. Thanks so much, Stuart. Stuart Clark there just donated to the channel, support the channel. Fantastic donation. If you can keep supporting, we'll get more and more people involved. We'll get stronger. We'll get better. Get more slick. Get more information. Help more people, and we'll get some more people involved. The more we get involved, the better it becomes, and we'll be a force to reckon with. And you're part of this team, all of you. Thanks again, Stuart. Johnny, I'm helping as a volunteer as I'm injured. What better way to help? Fantastic, Johnny. When you rest, Christian, brother, I pray I can get there. You can, we can all get there. Romney, bro, I don't know, Romney here. I'm just going to go call you. Get in touch with me. There's a link on the description. Okay? Of all the videos. So when I remember, it was a problem to me when I started drinking when I shouldn't be at it in the morning at work, when you should be at work in the morning. I know what you mean, yeah. Morning drinking is United, don't you? So I love the channel. Doing a great job, Steve. Thanks, Stuart. Bew, I'm 27 and I've always had a bad relationship with drink. But the last year it's become more consuming. I was about the same age when I had problems, mid to late 20s. I avoid saying my beloved, I wasn't as bad as that meant. I was still saying, but I was still very sociable. Or very social, shall we say. I avoid seeing my beloved grandma, who was nearly 100, because I need to get home for a few drinks. I know you're saying we could cut short our time with good people because we want to drink. No, we don't want to drink. We need one. As my partner said the other night, Samantha, when you need a drink rather than wanting one, that's when you've got a problem. It's as simple as that. And there's two things there. That's the hair of the dog as well, isn't it? When you need a drink rather than wanting one, you've got a massive problem. Richard nearly did a hair of the dog. Got to step in time. Good. You've got to fight through it. Stevie, do you have any advice on me setting up YouTube channel to help people with problems like that? You just got to start off with telling your story. I think that's the best way. Tell your story as it is, and just be truthful with people, and don't try and pull the wool off people's eyes. Just be honest and truthful, and that's the best way to start it. I think that's what I did. Do some videos about your life and things. It's a need. I hate this. Yeah, when it's a need, it's not a good place. Dan Filoni, I've learned after 5 years you have to take new or old hobbies and interests and keep your brain busy. Idle mind, idle hands. True that, Keep busy in whatever suits your life. Makes it easy. Yeah, the more you do, the busier you get, the better things are, During the trial, thanks very much for that super chat. Another one in there. Brilliant support this. Thanks, Johnny. We'll get you off the booze. Don't you worry. We'll get everyone off the booze. because we're a good team here. There's a lot of good people here. We're all good people. Wouldn't be here otherwise, would we? Good post, Dennis there. After 5 years, you learn to keep busy. You learn to have other interests, and you learn to adapt. There's a big change of life when you've been used to drinking all the time. Massive change. Whopper, if you must, then go drinking on a Sunday night and get paid to have a hangover on Monday morning. Just don't waste your days off for drinking. That's a good point. Stay sober, of course. Ian Watts, hello Ian. Ian, hi Steve, cracking job you're doing supporting people on this channel. Thanks very much, Ian. So thanks again, Mr. Trow, for that donation. If anybody wants to support the channel, please do. The super chat or there's a coffee link pinned at the top. The more people who support the channel, the more I can do here. And that's quite a simple message, isn't it? Ian Watts, I drove past Spoons this morning at 9:15 and could see 6-year-old boys in the bar drinking. Nobody talking to each other, no laughter, sad really. Yeah, you don't see many happy alcoholics, do you? Very, very rare that you see like happy alcoholic. And I've never met, again, on the other side of that, I've never met a person who's got sober who regretted it. It's always been positive, you know. But yeah, 9:15. This is my argument, you see. I'll say that I've done a few posts on do Wetherspoons contribute to alcoholism? Yeah. I mean, I'll put them here. Contribute to alcoholism. Now, a lot of people say I'm talking bullshit here, and they say everyone's got a choice, right? But I'm sure I do. Wow, Johnny, thanks very much for that. Another donation. Wow, cheers, Johnny. Appreciate that. I really do. Thanks very much. I've got this income saying, do Spoons control. Johnny, top man, and thanks to you all being here and everyone who can support, please do. And let's move this along bigger and quicker, because the faster we do it, the more people will help, the more notoriety we'll get, and it will get bigger and stronger. And we'll be like, this will be easy. We'll have hundreds of people from all over the world. We've already got people from all over the world, haven't we? Australians, US people, Canadians, Finland, Tasmania, Germany, all over the world. It's incredible, isn't it? But I was trying to think of a name, what to call it. I'm thinking of putting names on bits of paper, putting them in a hat and whatever. That's the best way of it. Just call it whatever you like. Get sober with me or something, you know. Thanks, Johnny, for your show. Massive thanks, Johnny. And thanks to everybody else who's donated as well. Really good. And anybody else wants to do it? There's a coffee thing as well. Tried out. I knew I needed help when I started waiting at my local before they opened at 11. Yeah, and me. I remember when I first came back to the Northeast, I was living in a flat near a pub, and I was so ill. I didn't have any supply there. I didn't know I was really ill then. And I started shaking, but I thought, I've got to make this pub. It was about 100 yards away, and I went there. 11 o'clock was closed. The panic was unreal, and I knew I had to walk about half a mile. Jesus. Steve, have you or has anyone ever thought of a name of this group? It's my pleasure, Steve. Thanks. I don't know. Let's take some names. What do you think is appropriate for the group? I've got a WhatsApp group. We should have a live group, shouldn't we? Live at 9 or something, or we were going to call it the 9 o'clock news, weren't we, or something? But we'll have a think about that, because it will get huge. We'll be doing an article about this very soon. Mark my words. We'll think of a name if anybody's got any ideas. Supermarkets are far worse than Spoons. Most real drinkers I know drink at home, like me, away from the challenging night. That's true. You can drink alone and no one's going to question you. That's why holidays are dangerous, isn't it? Holidays are very dangerous. I always think holidays, it's not because of the cheap beer or the sunshine, it's just like I'm on my own, or I'm not being seen. I thought, and it's just like, wow, just have a few. You see, the thing that gets us in a mess is the crazy notion that we'll just try one again, even at 50 odd. Mad, isn't it? I agree with that, Bill. The supermarkets can be worse, but I think the whole thing with Spoons is to go there at 9:15 and then there all day. Oh, my massive donation. Jane 57 bought 3 coffees. Oh, thanks so much, Jane. Really appreciate it. Nice one. There's some good people about, We're all good people. And if we can get support, it's even better. Because we're all going to have a meetup in January in London. Venue yet to be set, obviously. Tomorrow, Charlie, gets bad when you wait outside the little corner shop at 6 a.m. But yeah, you're right there, man. We've done a lot, haven't we? We've all had these experiences. 30% alcohol will be over the advert soon. No religious festival. Oh, you're right, but it'll be everywhere. It's the first Christmas advert I saw was M&S the other night. Bear in mind it's only September the 14th. But it all started to go wrong when Jesus turned water into wine. You're probably right there. Nick, the stress of holidays, having to find new hiding places for my booze. Oh, that's it. A holiday is never a holiday. I've got a couple of videos. I'll do one tomorrow night about another holiday. Jesus Christ. The stress of holidays, having to find her new hiding places. Drinking in the shower, yeah, and drinking whilst my wife was asleep. Yes. Filling water bottles. I never did the vodka thing, but I used to go to the shower block as soon as the camp shop opened when I was camping. 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And every pocket had a bloody bottle opener in it. Thanks, Nick, for that. But bottles of aftershave for £200 there. There's no way a bottle of aftershave is worth it. Aftershave, well, no. You can get it cheaper than that. Get the old dupe. That's good, dupe. Nice aftershave. View 24th to New Year's is just endless drinking in my experience to the point of sweats at night. Oh, God, it's crackers. Honestly, having a sober Christmas and New Year makes you feel like a diamond. I went to a pub. It was Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve. My partner's away mid-Christmas. Or before Christmas. And it was like so busy. It was a Friday. Fucking hell, I had to walk out. I had one Guinness Zero, took a quick video of how manic it was. And I went out. I couldn't stand it. The people are fighting to get to the bar to buy their poison. Thanks again, Jane, for that wonderful donations. Really appreciate it. If anyone wants to support the channel and help us grow, well, let me grow. And my partner and daughter involved a little bit as well, and help us grow, then please do. Yeah, it's a whole fortnight of boozing, isn't it? People look forward to it. Let's get more drink, like holidays. This must be the only country in the world where people will describe their holiday experiences by how much it was for a pint. They don't go, I went on a Jeep Safari. I hired a quad bike. I went to a little underground submarine. I went on a fishing trip, got a boat out to an island, whatever. They'll go back. The guys I know will say, and women, oh, it was only €1 for a pint. That's it. Too hot for me. €1 a pint. That's how they describe the holiday. You come back grey because of alcohol. It's sad when you have to lock yourself away from your family due to anxiety. Very, very true, Johnny. And I think somebody else mentioned earlier, we cut social events short because we need a drink. And I mean need. I live alone, so I have no pushback and drink as much as I want. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? I was out, mate, in the end. Except I spent the last 10 Christmases on my boat on my own, just another day. Ducks, swans, seagulls, and seals don't celebrate Christmas, just the odd firework. That's a perfect Christmas, so, isn't it? I mean, I've got a partner, but I mean, this Christmas I'll probably see my mother as well. My daughter comes up from Manchester with a partner. But I'm sober. I can drive. Give people lifts. I can enjoy my food. I never enjoyed a Christmas lunch when I was drinking. Alcohol is a rip off. Most of it is water. It certainly is in lagers and beers. Yeah, it's a total rip off. I don't know how Wetherspoons are a third of the price of some pubs. And actually, that's what I mean about do Wetherspoons, and I'm quite willing to take them on this. Contribute to alcoholism because they have a cut price sale in January when everyone else is trying to have a dry January. It's bizarre, isn't it? Absolutely bizarre. That it's sort of helping you along in a way, isn't it? Because you're not telling me that these people in the pubs will go 9:15 and they leave at 10:15. In my experience, the earlier you start drinking, the more problems you've got. Because I didn't want to be on a holiday. When I used to have hair at the door, I didn't have one at 9:00 in the morning. And then say, oh, I'm not going to have any more. You drink until you fall over or you're comatose. So the earlier you start, the whole day is written off, isn't it? Your whole day is gone purely on booze and trying to recover and all that sort of. It's just a waste of fucking time. Ethanol alcohol produced by a grain and potatoes cost pennies to produce. It's all a big con wrapped up in marketing and government tax. Well said, yeah. Total rip-off then, isn't it? I think, Bert, you're right about the UK at the moment. The UK is incredibly expensive. We've been away on a few just short trips to quite a lot of parts of Europe this year. All of them being cheaper than the UK. That includes Paris. Greece, the whole lot, much cheaper. Never had a real hair of the dog. When did you start? I started back when I was about 20 odd, when I was on holiday. I didn't do it regularly after that. I just thought, it was so rough. Got a few weeks off or whatever I had, 3 weeks off, and I thought, I'll just go to the, there's a bar in this hotel camp place in Lake Garda, and I thought I'd have one in the morning. I felt much better. In the morning, yeah. I felt much better. It is it's a short-term fix, but it rebounds on you, and it's much, much worse the next day as time goes on. So we're missing Kaz. What's happened to her? And a couple of other people, like Stoke's been on. What about benefits of being alcohol-free? As I said before, everything's clear in your mind. Your health will come back. Your wealth will come back to some degree. You can do more, can you? That's the main thing. And you're going to live longer. I don't know if you know about this. If you go on the NHS, not the website, just Google NHS lifespan calculator. Have a look at your lifespan on there if you drink and smoke. I never smoked and I don't drink. Just have a look at it. It's frightening. If you're over 50, if you're over 40, it's frightening. During the trial, if you had a decent online job accountant or something, I would not be here. I'll be off. Then comes the consequence. Well, that's the thing, yeah. Yeah. If you've got a profession, I think my partner's plan is to go a few years' time, just disappear. Because there's nothing here. Even the weather's bad, isn't it? What about drinking? It's like gambling. The house always wins. That's a very good point, actually. Spoons made a fortune out of drunkenness and liver disease. They win, you lose. Well said. I'm glad you backed me up on that one. Well, that's a very good statement like that. They made a lot of money through getting these people. I mean, I've spoken to a couple of bar staff, and I've said to them, what sort of folk are in early doors? I mean, I've seen them because I've popped in for a coffee now and again. And they said mostly alcoholics. And I agree with them. But some people still come back with this retort about, oh, well, it's up to everybody else. It's up to each and every one of them, They've got their own lives. I suppose they have, but it certainly causes issues. I agree with that, Pablo, 100%. Move to Thailand, Steve. I've been cheap and lovely, man. Oh, look, I've heard it's good, yeah. I was going to go, or we were going to go in May, but there's an earthquake or something. So if you're a sailor, you will know about bonded spirits, which are exempt from duty less than a quarter of the cost of normal bottle. Wow. The amount of money they're raking in. But then again, the cost of the NHS is massive. There's obviously nowhere near the tax receipts, is it? Which are going to be huge. Absolutely huge. If you'd like to support the channel, then please drop a super chat in, as a few people have, or buy me coffee links at the top. Thanks for everybody who supports. The more people who support, the more can do. That's quite a simple statement, but it's true. But you won't turn it down. Spoons don't make people alcoholic. They don't help, though, do they? Spoons don't help at all. They are a bit of a hindrance to people because a lot of people who are alcoholics, well, the vast majority of people, let's be fair, haven't got much money. Not many people got a lot of money, is it? They'll go with spoons because it's cheap. And the availability is there because the hours, and the cost is everything's cost or price driven, isn't it? So you got cheap beer, long hours, and safe environment. Drinking on the streets isn't safe. That's a massive difference. Massive difference. I don't go in. I'm just on about how it's contributed to the overall level of alcohol problems in the UK. That's my view. You're always going to be an alcoholic, Wetherspoons. It's just no reason. Yeah, it is. Yes, it's just an enabler. I suppose you're right. Yeah, it's a personal choice, but I just think it contributes quite a lot. So yeah, breaking the cycle of addiction is willpower enough? I don't think it is, because I was right down the bottom of the bottle and I was self-medicated, and it was much easier to come off when you had some medications. It was getting the medication that's a problem, isn't it? But after that, you've got to remember that a lot of people go into rehab, or they'll have detox at home or whatever, and they will start again. That's the problem. Richard Bruce working on what's called responsible drinking. Do you think you can drink responsibly? Because I don't think you can if you've got an issue. Alex Con Griffin doesn't come on anymore. Do you know him? Or do you have any reason why he doesn't come on? I haven't seen him for a while. It's, some people come and go. I mean, Observer pops in now and again. I think she was drinking 3 bottles of gin or something crazy like that, wasn't she? People need a lot of help here and need support. So, I don't know what's happened to Con. I do remember him coming in. Like Richard Bruce's comment, working on what is called responsible drinking. I don't think if you've been dependent on it, then you can be a responsible drinker or a social drinker or drink in moderation, that sort of thing. Dennis Maloney, I usually avoid drunk people. I accidentally was around some very drunk people recently. I thought I'd hate it and be jealous. Honestly, it made me stronger. Wow, it's not pretty looking drunks. You're right. It makes me much stronger to see people in a mess. To be honest with you, I've never got in a mess. I don't think I did. I did have a couple of blackouts in the forest. Epping Forest. I know I did because I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning feeling terrible. But I never got in any bother. But a lot of people are very loud, aren't they? Probably I might have been a bit cheeky, but other than that, well, I wasn't really cheeky. No, I was all right. Quite a quiet, happy sort of guy, the way I am now. Just with a little bit more mellowness when I drink. But I suffered the next day. Dolly, responsible drinking, you can't. I agree. Because you already learned the bad habits. When I'm listening, well, that's answering. Great chat. Thanks, Dotty. Hope that's going on well. Maggie's not cheap, Betty, about the McDonald's. So I haven't seen you for a while, Dotty. Hope you're well. You've got a lot of hobbies. Dotty's a good person to follow here because she has a lot of different interests. And you've got to find different interests when you stop drinking. Because you've got to replace all of this spare time with something. Because in my opinion, willpower on its own is insufficient. I agree. You can't just do willpower. I couldn't. Unless you understand and deal with the psychological reasons for drinking, you're doomed to failure. I agree. Know the name. Evening, sir. How are you? Nice to see you. Dotty Dolly. Yep, I'm well. 3 weeks sober thanks to this channel. Only thing that's amazing. Fantastic endorsement, isn't it? From Dolly there. That's a good endorsement for the channel. If you want to subscribe, if you'd like to support us, then please drop a super chat or buy me a coffee link. And I've said 1,000 times, the more support we get, the more I can do. Well done, Dotty. 3 weeks. Some good channels on Facebook. Oh yeah, have a look. Thanks, Richard. During the trial, agree you need to change your full mindset. Hard, but not impossible. Yeah, it's definitely a mindset change because once you're off the booze, you've over the dangerous part, the DTs, the seizures, all that sort of thing. Then you can you can change your mindset, but it's not that easy. You've got to really look at it like, wow, if you added up how many hours a week you spend either drinking or recovering, there's a lot of spare hours there, and you've got to fill those with something that's more important to you than drinking. Because at the moment, for a lot of people, drinking is more important to them, and the habit of going to the pub, and the fear of missing out, and the regularity. And I would call it the comfort zone. To be honest, the comfort zone of being a drinker. It's far easier to go to a pub and have a drink than it is to stay out one. If you got that mentality, which I did for years, But I was drinking in the house and in the pub. Drinking's a selfish devil. It certainly is. It makes you become selfish, doesn't it? Nobody wants to be an alcoholic. No one sets out on that road, But whether it's a lifesaver for people who go in there, meeting people and having a cheap meal and multiple hot drinks all day, that's very true. Yeah, it is. It's cheap food and get cheap coffee. I've gone for coffee, but it still contributes to alcoholism. But well said, Bert. Yeah, appreciate that. Richard, I'm getting much better. The road is long, all the same. It is. There's no easy fix here. But the longer you do, the better you'll be. Dennis Christopher Tate, 100% correct. You have to change your daily life. You need to move towards things to fill the time in. You've got to keep busy. If you don't keep busy, you'll get bored. You get bored, you turn to the drink. Simple as that. And the other danger is this fear you've cured it. You've cured yourself. And you're going to be okay. And you're not going to be okay. Because there's no cure. There is no cure to this whatsoever, other than complete abstinence. Doesn't matter who you ask. Any alcoholic, any counsellor, any doctor, any liver transplant surgeon, all will tell you exactly the same. The only cure is to stop drinking for life, and that's it. And it's a very big emotional impact on people when they've been regular drinkers, heavy drinkers, whatever you want to call it, because you can basically look at it like, wow, I've drunk all my life. And now I can't. So it's a massive thing to take away from somebody, isn't it? And you're going to think, I can't go. I'm going to the pub. You can't go to the pub. Of course you can go to the pub. All you're removing is the alcohol. It's as simple as that. You're not having a brain operation. You're not losing your leg. You're not having open heart surgery. All you've got to do is stop drinking. And when you get that mindset correct and have this, thought in your head every day, I can't drink because I'm going to be ill. I can't drink because it's going to kill me early. I can't drink because it's going to make me disabled. Look at the amount of people you see outside. Again, I'm going to use spoons. Early doors pubs. On these mobility scooters. Guys in their 40s and 50s, they smoke as well, some, Midnight kids, you drink, yeah. 100%. It's all about drink. If we just avoid the drink. How many of us wish we'd never drunk? Or drunk? What we're drinking uses up your time and money while you're drinking. And it wastes your next day or two. Feeling you lose 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I would say you lose 50 hours a week. Minimum. You've got to fill that in with something else. I know how fit you'd be if you did 10 hours of fitness a week, 10 hours of good cooking, 10 hours of journaling, 10 hours listening to music. That's only 40 hours. Another 10 hours, haven't you, after that? Do I wish I'd never started drinking? Definitely. You've got all this spare time, you've got a little extra money. It's amazing, isn't it? If you'd like to support the channel, then please do. Please hit the super chat button. Doesn't have to be very much, just whatever you can afford. The more people that support the channel, the more I can do with the channel. And I intend to do a lot more as time goes on. And we've got 50 people on at 9:53 on a Sunday night, which is good. And I think as the winter approaches, we'll get a lot more people. Get a lot more support, get a lot more information, help more people to recover, help more people to be healthy, and help people stay off it, which is the key, isn't it? That may be a good name. So if you've got any good names for this group, then please let me know. I'm sure Bertie will come up one. Whitney Bertie will have a name. You've got to do your own channel, haven't you, Bertie? That's a good name for your channel. Socialise Without Booze. Bertie, that would be good, wouldn't it? Socialise Without Booze. I wish I never had one. It's completely ruined the last 25 years. Here's to a better future. Of course, it's never too late to stop drinking. Never. But you put labels on people. You can stop at any time. The earlier, the better, obviously. But my problem was relapse. In 20 years, I've drunk for 5. So I relapsed for a long period. And that relapse nearly killed me. Midnight. I still regret drinking, and that was like 30 or more years ago. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Dennis, personal question to everyone that's already on the dry. Would you be with a partner, spouse that know the drinks? Yeah, I could. It didn't affect me. My partner doesn't drink very much anyway, but I could, as long as they weren't like at it all the time. But if anybody could socially drink, it wouldn't bother me. Personally, Dennis. Know the name? I'd call my channel 100 Past. Yeah, it's a good name. 100 past, 100 past. I know a few would feel guilty on the wasted day afterwards. That's the problem, isn't it, Molly? You feel guilty, you don't feel well. You feel like you've wasted your time. You feel like you've lost yourself. When you relapse, you feel like you've lost time as well. You think, oh, and I actually thought all that hard work for like 9 years or something, and it's like it's a long time, isn't it? What hard work was that? The only hard work was not drinking. I mean, it's not that difficult on paper, is it? Bertie Bassett, my channel is called Wake Up. Good name. Dottie, I went to a book signing with my son, and there was a booze table as I arrived. Good job, son was with me as a magnetic pull. Felt strong, queuing up to leave to get book signed. Right. See, it's still there, isn't it, Floppy? It isn't with me, I might have to say. It would take something emotional for me. I don't think there's anything strong enough. The only thing that would maybe turn me back to booze if something happened to my daughter. But let's not think about that. Let's think about the good days, the positive days, and the ways forward for all of us, Midnight Bertie Bassett is about sleep disorders. Bears channel name, drinking all sorts. That's a good idea. Drinking all sorts. Yeah. So another one here: how to handle social pressure to drink. You got to be strong. Kathy, yes. Oh, thank you for the video. Thanks for coming on, Kathy. I appreciate that. Nice to see you. There's a lot of videos on the main channel as well. If you want to look at that. I think that it's very true. Again, about the main subject here was the Sunday affairs. I think we all feel a bit of anxiety when we go back to work after a day off, well, especially after a day off on the booze. I don't know now. When you're sober, it's much easier, isn't it? I wish I'd been totally sober when I worked. I mean, I'd get a bit of rank in the police. I would have got a lot more rank if I'd been sober. But nobody was sober in those days. I can't think of anybody who didn't drink on my shift. Something at least. And the Thursday, when we'd done 7 nights in a few days and waiting for a long weekend, it was a crazy day for a lot of people. Used to call it Thursday Club, 2:30, go to the police club in Trenchard House in the middle of central London, actually middle of Soho. It was crazy days. And then we go from there to other places, Welcome, Kathy, for that. Fox Nanty. Dennis, I got separated when I got sober. My girlfriend at the time said my personality changed and I became more serious. When in reality, I just became myself again. That's a very good point. You become yourself again. I was happy-go-lucky, confident, affable, pleasant, generous when I was sober. And I'm sober now. And I was like this when I was younger, before the drink took a hold. My dad used to say, once it gets a grip of you, I think that's very pivotal. Once it gets a grip of you, then you've got problems, real problems, because then you can't get back. I've described, the 4 stages. If you text this number, I can get you a link to the WhatsApp group as well, which is growing quite well. The WhatsApp group is basically a load of people in there who are in similar position to us, but who can talk 24 hours a day to each other. And not as many people on 24 hours a day. It's only been open, a few weeks, but it will grow as winter comes in. WhatsApp group, because often you get a question in your head that'll pop up. It's always about 11 o'clock on a Sunday. Everything's closed, isn't it? And the WhatsApp group's there for help as well. Text me on that number. During the trial, my drink started through a divorce that was caused by drinking. And the death of my brother sent me bad. But I'll get there. Good man, Johnny. Keep pushing. You sound like a strong man to me. But this is the thing again. I do not understand why people on here think I'm some sort of something. And take the rise of can you explain you seem to be bullying me? I don't think anybody's bullying you at all. But you just said you're going to start a channel. And I just said, what's the name? But I'm not really. There's no bullying here. Just don't take things seriously. People call me a twat on the channel. I just laugh it up. I'm not bothered. We've got to grow up with me. We're not kids here. What habits do you have to keep you sober? We just discussed just keeping busy. Keep them healthy. Make sure you cook some good food. What has happened? Thanks for what you're doing on YouTube. You're welcome. It's nice to see some new people here actually as well. And to have this level of engagement, 50 people for an hour or so. It was really good. And if you want to support the channel, the more people that support the channel, the more I can do with the channel. Then please look at the super chat button or the buy me a coffee link, which is pinned at the top there. Johnny, good night, everyone. Good night, Steve. Keep positive. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate your coming on here. Appreciate your knowledge, information, and appreciate your donation and your support. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. We'll have a good day. Hope tomorrow isn't too cruel for you. I know it's like going back on a Monday. It can be a fucking struggle. So, Betty, calm down. It's just satire with no ill intent. I think everyone else would agree. Yeah, I agree. So just chill out, Betty. Just enjoy life, eh? Like we all enjoy life. There's a lot of people underground who want to be where we are. I'll tell you that now. We've got that shrimp for curry madras, by the way, super expensive. It is, but it's worth it, isn't it? Did you get the chicken and mix, or did you just get the prawns? It's nice, good for you, lots of protein. Sure, I'm off everyone all the best. I'll tell you what I did tonight. I got a kebab. And they put it one of them Scotch bonnet. I didn't know. Scotch bonnet peppers in it. I just ate it. Fucking hell. Really bad. Oh, Richard went for the king prawns as well. Richard. Yes, 100%. I can relate. Everyone says I've become more serious. Exact same words. I just see things differently now. Not serious, just differently. That's it. You become more sensible, not serious. Midnight Kitty, have a good night, everyone, and thanks for your time, Stephen. Give that lovely lady friend of yours. I will do. Thanks, Midnight. Thanks very much. Richard, €20 pink crevette. We just get ordinary prawns. Where do you live, Richard? Miami, that's somewhere. Or Port Banús. Pardon me. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But you say they're on drinking. But it's not right. You need to sort out your moderator. Oh, you won't actually say it. Okay, thanks, Betty. Brussels. Oh, yeah. Well, Brussels is expensive. I've never been to Brussels once, you know. And I went. Well, I was married. It must have been years ago, 30 years ago. And the only place that I actually went to was the Ring Road. I got stuck on the Ring Road for about an hour and a half. What fucking carrot? Before Sat-nav, you only used to do all the map reading, just with a daft map from the AA. Not the Alcoholics Anonymous one. Crackers. We got lost round and round this bloody roundabout. Madness. Anyone else getting to chip in with? It's only just over an hour. I think an hour is probably a bit of a sweet spot for people, isn't it? Otherwise, we're just going to go on and on a little bit. Betty, calm down. The one with the spanner. Well said. Always makes me laugh. And Bertie, he's a good character. I'm sure. I'm looking forward to meeting him in January. Unless there's a YouTube hit with 1 million subscribers by then, which would be good, isn't it? Anybody can do a YouTube channel, but it's not that difficult. It's just do it to get the subscribers, you know, keep them. Tell you what, Brussels does great patio here. It does, smooth and rough. Brussels patio. You say what I mean about an hour, and then it just goes down. No, but it's good. I like it. A bit of a laugh, you know. I mentioned the social pressure drink, didn't I? Any more questions come in? Well, physical activity, yeah. Even a walk would be good, you know. Go for a walk. And make sure that you do something physical every day. That's the key. And don't just sit around and never feel sorry for yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. You know, push along and just keep making yourself a better person. If you'd like to support the channel, then please do. The more people that support it, the more I can do. We seem to be doing quite well at the moment with videos and one-to-ones and lives. And I think we're saving some lives, which is amazing, really. To think that you can get somebody off the booze and keep them off by doing this. And all of you contribute to that as well in a massive way. Because nothing like experience to help. Because, as I said before, the doctors are brilliant. I've got no problems with doctors at all. They saved my life, to be honest. And but whether they know how you feel is a different story. And it's having a mutual respect for each other here that we can gain a lot of traction and help people and help them stay healthy, which is the key to all of this, isn't it? And that's what we want to. That's what we want to aspire to. So I'll say good night to everybody, and please sleep well, and don't, if you're working tomorrow, stress too much, because the day will get over, as it always does. The sun will come up again. Oh, Johnny the Troll. Thanks again, Johnny. I really appreciate these. I hope you have a decent day tomorrow. I know it's a bastard going back to work. It's one of them things where it's got to be done. And we work for a reason, just to get cash at the end of the day. And Johnny, the stronger you get, the quicker you get, the easier life will be. It's as simple as that, really. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. It's a massive input, that. And if you need any one-to-one assistance, then you know where the link is. I hope we all have a good Monday. Then we'll catch up again very soon. I'll put a post in when the next one is, but I think you agree with about an hour is low enough to get the questions out there and get things moving a bit. And Alex Rod is fine. He didn't have Red Cena and Uzo. Good point. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. You're welcome. Thanks to everybody who's donated. Thanks to everybody who's chipped in on the conversation. And thanks very much to Jane for the coffees. I appreciate that as well. All the support, all the information, all the experience of life as well, which is invaluable, to be fair. And I'm pleased it's done well. I think we've been going about 8 weeks now on and off. Thanks, Dottie. Dottie's a leader in hobbies. Get in touch with her if you need any ideas for hobbies and things. And I think that's the number one priority, really. One of the high priorities is basically to keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied, keep yourself positive, and remember that your health is your wealth. And if you lose that, you'll go down so fast. And we're here for our loved ones and for ourselves. A lot of people haven't got any family, but you want to live a longer life, and it's an amazing world out there. And it's not an amazing world when you're drinking and just trying to survive. But it's a far better world sober. With that, I'll say good night, and that's the end of the week, isn't it? Again. There's a guy, because there's a thing on YouTube just before you go. When you get to a certain age, you haven't got much time left. You never know when you've got time left, do you? My mother's got this amazing saying, she's 94. It's later than you think. And it will be for a lot of people on here. Even for young people. Because we don't know what the world has in store for us, do we? And if you can have a nice, peaceful life, you're doing great, Dennis, I haven't seen Kaz. She seemed to be okay last night, so she always has the odd night off, So good night, Steve. Good night, chat. Thanks for sharing. I won't have a hangover in the morning. Take care, everyone. Good night, yeah. Good night to everybody. Good night, Bertie. Hope you get your channel underway. As I said, just start by doing a story about yourself and maybe how you got into booze and whatnot. Because we all have, thanks to different stories and different ways that it affected us and how we managed to get in such a mess. Because nobody who drinks has a good life. Overall, something will happen to you. And wake up at school. Good man. Get a start tomorrow. Let's see the first video tomorrow night. Or this week. Just take your time. But you can't be done. YouTube is open to everybody. And let's even see some spin-off channels. Why not, Okay, see you soon. Good night, all.